Welcome to Sponsorship Mode. This episode is sponsored and brought to you by Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it is the easiest way to make a podcast. It is actually how we make our podcasts here on Panic at the Podcast. So let me explain real quick to you guys what Anchor is exactly. It's free, for one. Always great. There's creation tools in the app itself that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more places. Seriously, guys, it is so easy to use and very user-friendly. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership while using Anchor. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So feel free to go and download the free app Anchor or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's ANCHOR.FM to get started. Thank you again, Anchor, for sponsoring this podcast.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm Megan.
And I'm Michaela. And it's time
to
panic at the podcast. Aw, dang, I forgot to download the ham horn. Dang
I think we're close to like a month of you talking about it now, aren't we? I feel like we've recorded like a solid 3 now.
Oh my goodness, I keep forgetting. Hold on. Literally gonna type in ham horn right now.
We're gonna get it.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I keep forgetting. Oh, it's just called air horn. Here I am calling it ham horn. That's what I was told it was called, though, to be fair. Anyway, there will be a horn to be heard at some point in this podcast.
Woohoo.
Oh, which, speaking of, I guess we should announce that we're going to be ending the first season. Since we haven't really...
We are.
Yeah. So,
what is the date of that? I'm pulling up my calendar right now. I should have had that pulled up a while ago. Our last one will be the 25th
of November. Yep. So we're going to take December off and to, be with family, friends for the holidays. And then we'll come back. Okay, let's see.
Yep.
Come back in the new year.
Very excited about it.
Yeah.
Be back. We're actually gonna get together, hopefully, and record in person a few. So,
yes,
maybe we'll have an intro by the end of that isn't a giant crap show. We'll see.
I mean, one would hope. One would hope, but
it would be nice if we just had one, that we could just put at the beginning of every single episode. We only have to get it right once. How hard is that going to be?
Honestly, probably harder than we are anticipating it to be.
Probably.
Ham horn.
But...
I'm still looking up ham horn. Goodness. Anyways. How are you doing this week, Megan?
Oh, man. I'm, what?
I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Oh, okay. Hold on 1 second. I have to unplug my my headphones. So here we go. Oh. Okay.
Well, that's exciting. It was a little delayed, but very exciting.
It was a little delayed, but we got it. Uli, you should be happy now. Uli has been talking about this ham horn ever since I started making the sound.
It was all for you, Uli.
Yeah. Yep. Anyways.
You can't say we don't appreciate you.
All right. So, anyway. Wow, I see you have a coffee there. What is that?
Horrible. It's not very good. I'm really disappointed. I went in and tried one of the new winter ones in the theme of today. And it's just not as good as what I normally get. And we'll get into my favorite one. But this is like a toasted white mocha something. I feel like there's more in the name.
A toasted white mocha. You heard it here first, folks. Toasted white mocha something.
And it's not very good.
And it's not very
worth
good.
Knowing the whole name.
That's a shame, 'cause that's a big coffee that you got.
It is. I should have just stuck with my regular order. I usually get like if I'm feeling fall and I want to go all out and get all the calories and all the horrible things for me, I would get a peppermint white mocha. Iced if it's hot outside, warm if it's cold outside. It's the only season where I drink warm coffee willingly. And I should have just done that. I regretted it. Regret it hardcore right now, but I'm gonna finish it because that was like $6 at Starbucks. So
Yeah, can't be wasting doll hairs.
no, or coffee really. So
Or coffee. That's very true. Speaking of coffee, to get off topic for a second, I've been gifted bags of coffee beans a lot this past year. And I'm finally making my way through the bags, and I'm on my last one right now. And the one that I have right now is hands down the best coffee I've ever had in my entire life.
what is it?
I don't know the name of it. I'd have to go get the coffee bag. It's something like Prim, I don't know. It's got a V in it. Is it Primitive? I don't even know. But it's a coffee from Texas that someone in my family got me, and it's so good. So good.
I would appreciate a picture of the bag so that I can go get it.
I will do. Maybe we'll have to post that coffee on the IG story when the episode drops.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, send me a picture.
For anyone interested, we'll post it. But no, it's the best coffee, and it smells so good, dude. Like, I was grinding it, and literally I couldn't stop, just like just big ol' whiffs.
It's the best smell. Even like, I've just never smelled a coffee that just didn't smell good. Some have smelled great, and some have smelled fantastic, and some haven't smelled quite as good, but they've all been good. It's still coffee.
Yeah.
You know?
Agree.
So.
I agree. Anyways,
how are you doing this week?
I'm good. I feel like my life's been boring. I've just been working in school, but I got my hair done this week. So,
yay!
Yeah, you can't tell
exciting.
right now because I'm kind of in the dark-ish, and my hair's in a bun as usual, but we're on the journey to becoming blonde. Icy blonde.
Yay!
And
that's exciting.
It's getting there. You really can't tell in
been
this
blonde
lighting.
for a long time.
It's been a while. Well, the last time I was blonde, my hair all fell out. So,
yeah.
We're trying to...
The people who didn't know what they were doing.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. And now I've learned my lesson. Only go to people that you very, very, very much trust to do your hair.
Yes.
Especially when you're doing blonde. And so my hairstylist, Julie is her name. Shout out to Julie. She's been doing my hair for a very long time. And she's doing a good job.
Good. It looks good. The little bit that I can see looks good.
Yeah, thanks.
So,
the very, very little bit that you can see.
Oh, that's good.
Right. So, let's get on into our topic for the week, eh? Eh?
Let's do it. Or we're Canadian all of a sudden.
Yes, we are. A. Or A. Anyways, so this week we're gonna be talking about our winter favorites.
Woohoo!
Which might be a little similar to our fall favorites episode, because I feel like I'm kind of in a similar type of mood for winter as I am fall, personally. I don't know about you.
I just never want fall to end. So
Yeah.
I would say in all of my fall favorites, I feel like there's a little bit of like diversity within it all. You know, like I don't like everything caramel. I don't want a caramel smelling candle. I don't want to have caramel for breakfast. I don't want to have, you know what I mean?
Can
like,
we just pause?
The fall, like I have like one theme.
Can we just pause at the fact that you say caramel and I say caramel? Caramel.
Well, you're wrong, so that's nice.
It's okay.
Caramel.
No. You have the right to be wrong, so it's okay. I'll give that to you.
Oh, well, that's just keep in mind the fact that, you know, You're just gonna say everything wrong, and it's not your fault, you know?
Oh,
You were
Lord.
just raised
It's a
that
product
way.
of where you grew up. That's all. Anyways, so you have a winter flavor that you go to for everything, or
Like flavor and scent, I would say. I just like peppermint. So a lot of the answers are gonna be the same, I want to say, but like I feel like in fall it's like I like caramel.
caramel?
Uh, and I like different scents, and like there's just different things to do and things like that. And like winter is like peppermint and chocolate. Now if I can have something that's chocolate and peppermint, I'm in
Peppermint.
heaven. Thank you very much.
I thought you said coconut for a second, and I was like, really?
Oh,
Wait, first of all, coconut's like a spring thing, I think. But also, I didn't think you
No.
liked coconut.
No, I hate coconut. The only thing that I like coconut in is the coconut macaroons with like chocolate on like the very tip of them.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
That's the only thing that is acceptable to have with coconut in it.
I love coconut.
I hate coconut. I hate it so much. I've tried really hard to like it, but I just can't do it.
Man, more coconut for me.
Yep, exactly. So you're welcome.
Okay.
All of the coconut to you.
I'm fine with that. So I remember that I did have a picture of the coffee, and it's
Is that what you just sent me?
I just sent it to you. It's Primitivo. I don't know. I'm probably saying that super wrong, but anywho, it's super yum.
Okay, you say other things wrong too, like caramel.
No, I say that one right. This one's probably wrong. though.
No.
It's from Big Ben Coffee Roasters in somewhere Texas. I can't read it, but Marfa or something.
Okay.
Anyways, very
Cool.
good. So
Marfa?
Marfa, we're gonna say. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong.
Saying everything wrong, but we're gonna roll with it with confidence. All right, so let's get started with this.
Yeah.
Winter. I almost said fall favorites. Winter favorites. Do you even like the season of winter, or like what are your thoughts on winter?
Okay, I have differing thoughts that contradict one another because I love winter, but I hate winter. And it'll make sense in a second. I think at least. It makes sense in my brain. So I love winter, just like the time frame of winter as a whole, because I feel like the holidays are in winter, like, and you and I were just talking about this before we started recording, but I consider Thanksgiving to be in winter, even though we just looked it up, and the first day of winter is technically not until December 21st, which I think is way too late. I would consider November to be a winter month, but I would consider Thanksgiving to be a fall holiday.
Okay, and see that's where I disagree with you, which I think is funny. Coming from the Pacific Northwest, where we experience those seasons, I disagree with you. November to me is like, okay, so if we're gonna we're gonna rate. I'm gonna tell you what months belong in what season. So we have actual fall. September, October, half of November. The last half of November is like post-fall. It's not winter, but it's also not technically fall anymore. There's usually snow on the ground, at least by mid-November. Or there has been snow, or there's ice, depending on where you're from. Winter starts like the 1st of December. In my head, it starts 1st of December. And continues through April, March, April, depends on where. If you're in like the West Coast, I would say, like Oregon, I would say middle of February to March. If you're in Alaska, I would say
April for sure.
April, really.
Yeah.
April, like middle of April, and then you have like pre-summer. We don't really have spring in Alaska. You have like pre-summer, which is like 2 to 3 weeks, and then you actually get summer, which is like middle of April through May, possibly the end of May, and then you have summer through August, and then you have fall. In the Pacific Northwest, you have middle of February through middle of April is actually spring, because they experience all seasons.
That's so
and then
nice.
you have your normal summer. So that's how I would classify the seasons. Not that we needed to go into that much depth,
But we just
according
did.
We did, and you can suck it up if you didn't like it. But according to this thing on almanac.com, which I'm assuming is correct, there's an astronomical start. It's astronomical. Of December 21st, but the meteorological, that was way harder than it
Meteorological?
needed to be said. Meteorological. There's an extra O in there that I would have not put. Meteorological.
Meteorological.
Anyways,
Say that
I feel
5
like
times
a complete
fast.
idiot saying that. I feel stupid. I don't want to say it anymore. Is the 1st of December. So I think that's, I don't know what that matters. But
Why would they give 2 different ones? See, I just go based on feeling, because in Louisiana we don't have seasons really. We have like winter for like 3 weeks, but it's not even all day long. It's like in the beginning of the day and then at night. But in the middle of the day it's still summer. So there's that. And then that usually doesn't even happen until probably like January, because it definitely doesn't happen in December. It's always hot for Christmas.
yeah.
But I think it's just because in my head winter is like holiday time, and the important holidays to me starts with Thanksgiving. So, but at the same time, I still think of Thanksgiving as a fall holiday. I think because I think of like the cornucopia and like the colors included in Thanksgiving, which are
but it's
fall
always
colors.
like leafy.
Yeah.
And there's pumpkin pie, which is really not like a Christmas dessert. I mean,
No. It can be,
but it's different.
Yeah. So anyway,
It's not like the star of the show like it is on Thanksgiving. At
right.
least.
So all of that to say, I love winter, but I also hate it because we don't have winter here. And I think I just resent the fact that we don't have winter here, and I miss winter because I experienced it in Alaska and I like the snow,
Yeah.
but I also hate the part where it starts to melt and it gets nasty. Like, that's no fun, of course. But
Breakup?
yeah, breakup is awful. Or the very beginning of winter is also awful.
Yeah. I don't mind like the first, like when like the snow starts to fly. I don't mind that part. And I don't mind the first couple of weeks of it. But then after that, I'm like pretty over it. I don't like being cold, and I get so cold so
See-
fast, and I can't get warm when I get cold, and then I'm miserable.
See,
but I
I
also don't like being hot. I would much rather
Yeah.
be cold than hot.
I always prefer being cold over being hot. Anyone who knows me knows that. I feel like I'm very hot natured, which is also why I enjoy winter and hate the fact that we don't have a real winter here. Because like I love just like dressing cozily, and
Yeah.
like winter fashion is like my favorite. Cuz it's like layers and like
It's superior.
Oh,
Winter and
it's li-
fall.
yeah,
superior to all the rest.
winter though is like peak like my favorite fashion, and then fall a close follow, you know?
I would flip it personally, but
Yeah. So, yeah. That's how I feel about winter. That was a very long, lengthy
Tangent.
answer.
that's
Yeah.
what we do.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't really like how you were saying like peppermint is probably your go-to thing. I don't really feel like I have a go-to winter thing.
I feel like there's less to offer for winter.
Right. Like it's
Personally.
peppermint. I feel like it's just peppermint or pine.
You get peppermint, and then like
But that's not a flavor. That's just
Chocolate.
a scent.
I
Chocolate.
would not suggest you go eat pines.
No, I wasn't planning to.
This is a suggestion over
It'd be
here.
a little crunchy, I think.
The one thing I don't know. I'm not even gonna say that because I don't know if it's true because I thought about it and now I realize that it might not be true. So never mind.
Oh, now I'm so curious.
I was just gonna say, there's not really a music that I like about about winter. There's Christmas music,
Yeah.
but there isn't winter music. Like for fall just really accentuates what I want to listen to normally, but doesn't necessarily feel right. Like my happiest time in my entire life is fall. When it's, especially fall in like the Pacific Northwest, when it's raining, it's cold enough you can wear sweaters, but it's not like freezing, leggings and boots and like thick socks, like, oh, that makes me happy. But then winter, it's like, okay, like we went to the extreme here and this isn't fun anymore. You know, like,
So
if we could just go back then and I could be like driving through the mountains and the pretty trees, listening to like Bon Iver and like all the good stuff, you know?
I think
and
it's
then, like,
so funny that the weather that you just described is like the most bone-piercingly cold weather you could possibly experience. Like wet and rainy and cold. And
but
you don't
it's
like
not
being
40
cold.
below. But it's not 40 below. 40, you get below 0 and I want nothing, really below 32 degrees. I want nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? Because then it's a mood. I can go for a mood.
See,
But I cannot go for like misery and freezing my butt off because it's 40 degrees out, 40 below 0 degrees
Mood?
outside. I don't want to.
winter mood for me is I literally picture it perfectly, right? Me in Galena in my apartment. It's freezing outside. It's like very below
And let me
0.
guess, you have a window
Yes.
open with a fan going, and the moment somebody walks in, they're like, "Oh crap! Like I didn't bring my parka. Where's the snow?"
Yes. That's my
When
favorite.
we were roommates, I had to sleep with
And they were
so many
roommates.
blankets because I was so cold. Always. I was like, oh my gosh, because it would be 40 below, 50 below, and she would like window all the way open, fan in the window, and then like you couldn't see her because she was in her sleeping bag. Like,
Okay, so let me explain why I think I've discovered or finally pinpointed the reason why I enjoy it. Because it's not that, like, of course it's cold. Of course that would be cold inside. But I like the air to be cold and me to be able to breathe in cool air because it's like the freshest air you'll ever breathe. And then to be cozy, because I like being cozy, we've established this, to have like sweatpants on, fuzzy socks, and like a hoodie. Although sometimes I would just wear shorts. I understand that I'm making myself lie right now because sometimes I would be wearing shorts.
you would.
But at the same time, I just like the fresh air. And I miss that so much. Like the air was the most crisp in Alaska winter than any air that I've ever breathed in my entire life.
Yeah. Since we have been in the van, I've been doing yoga like I want to say almost every morning. We have this park that we go to. We go and I find a spot where it's less open, and I go do yoga because I'm really bad at it still, and I don't really want to be judged. But we go when it's still cold, and like it feels nice. Like it's like it's not. I wish it was colder. Honestly, like it's like 50 degrees, whatever. And I like just think about how like in Oregon, like it gets crispy, and like it's just perfect. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
It's not like 40 below, and I want to
Die.
basically, yeah. But at the same time, it's like this is so nice. I wish this would happen all day, but yeah. So no, I don't get it. I also remember you would get out of bed and you'd be like, "Oh my gosh, it's really cold in here." It's like,
Yeah, because my bed was so
Well,
toasty. I literally would
that's
sleep with like 3 covers. Okay, so I had a whole system because it would get cold, especially like in the middle of the night when it got down to the coldest temperature. Even after, Megan, it was worse after you moved out because then I didn't have to like consider the fact like, oh, this is gonna be way too cold for Megan. Okay, so I didn't have to consider that fact. So it just got way too cold for me. But I would have my duvet. And then I would have like a thick fleece blanket that I bought at the liquor store one time, which we'll have to explain the liquor store one day on the podcast because it's not just a store where you buy liquor.
It's not just a liquor store. There's
that was just the name
there.
of the store. Yeah. So I bought this blanket, and I'm so mad at myself because that blanket was really thick, and when I moved back home, I think I sold it or I left it there because I was thinking like, I'm moving back to Louisiana. I'm not gonna want that thick blanket. Let me tell you how I was wrong about that because I think about that blanket every day. But I had that, and then I also, on top of that, had a heated blanket plugged in by my bed on standby in case it got too cold. So, if those 2 blankets did not suffice, I had my heated blanket on standby. And a lot of times I ended up putting it on, like, low for like, a period of time in the middle of the night when it got the coldest. Then, of course, I'd take it off because I would get hot. But, yeah, I had a whole system. It was great.
That's fun.
Megan's just, like, silently judging me over here, like, WTF, Michaela.
It just was too cold, you know? Like, you wake up and there's ice in your water, and it's like, yeah, it's a little cold.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so one time, whenever Megan and I first moved in together, we would leave the bedroom window open a little crack. And so I slept in a hammock, and Megan had, like, a bed. And we slept in the same room because there was only really one bedroom in our little apartment. So my hammock, though, was closest to the window, so I would put my drinks up there, usually as, like, you know, didn't know where else to put them, so I put my water up there. Literally woke up the next morning one time, and it was a frozen solid block of ice.
Yep. Yep, that's about right.
Yeah. Yeah, didn't have to worry about your water going, like, warm, though. You would have cold water.
Nothing got warm.
No.
Nothing.
No.
So, that's fun.
Anyways. Yeah.
You want to get into our actual favorites?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm having fun talking about how cold I like it.
Oh, man.
Definitely my favorite thing about winter, though, as a whole, is just the temperature.
Yeah. Being out of Alaska, I agree. So, I think that I feel like that's extreme, and I don't like it. I don't like winter activities. So to me there's not like a bonus. Like in the summer and the fall and stuff, I like fishing, I enjoy hunting, I like hiking, I like all of those things. Yeah. But then the winter, it's like I don't really snow machine. I would love to, but it's expensive. I don't really ski. I have, not my favorite thing. I never learned how to snowboard. Yeah. I don't like ice fishing. You sit there and you fish and you freeze your butt off. Like that does not sound like fun to me. Tried it so many times.
Doesn't sound like a good time.
Not a fan. No good.
No.
So there's not like an added like for Alaska. There's not, but we're actually about to start our like actual hiking season in Texas now that it's like not, you know,
scorching
Satan's,
hot,
you know, bathtub outside. So
Satan's bathtub.
Humid and hot, okay? There was a reasoning behind that one.
Oh, I loved it.
So I'm excited to see what winter is like here. I know that I'm going to be disappointed because it's not like it is in the Pacific Northwest.
Not even
I think
close.
Oregon is the best, but
I was laughing so hard this past week because at work. So this week has been cooler weather, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm talking like in the 50s and 60s. Well, one morning it was like maybe like 49 degrees outside. But the sun was out. It wasn't super humid, so it didn't make it feel colder. Like it felt like 49 degrees. Nice. I was outside in shorts, my tennis shoes, and like my work shirt. Like thankfully I have a job where I can go to work in shorts. So
yeah.
I did that, and as I was walking in the building, one of my actually it was my boss. She was like, "Oh my God, I'm freezing. It's so cold out here." And in my head, I'm just laughing because I was like, it's not cold outside. Like, I didn't actually even realize it was 49 degrees. It honestly felt like it was maybe 70. Like that's
Oh, wow.
yeah, like it felt really warm. It just felt nice. Not hot. It felt
Yeah.
like I could sit comfortably outside or do an activity outside and not sweat like. But yeah, everyone down here
That's
the
nice.
second it's not in the like 70s or 80s, everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's freezing." And they're like bundled up in huge jackets with blankets and I'm like, what are you doing?" So,
You ain't seen nothing yet.
right. So I'm always like, yeah, I
Oh.
lived in Alaska too long to think this is cold.
Yeah. I always think it's funny, like, having come from that. But then I go home and I'm like, okay, this is cold. I don't like this anymore.
Right.
Not coming and visiting you guys for Christmas anymore because this is cold. So, peace out.
Oh, gosh. So,
Come see me where it's warmer.
what?
So now that we're, 30 minutes into this, we can...
I feel like we've been talking about our winter favorites just in a roundabout way.
Kind of.
Okay, so, do you have a favorite winter food or snack? Okay, let me just put this in your brain. The frosted Christmas trees. The cakes. The Christmas tree cake. What? You've never had the Christmas tree cakes?
Is it like a Little Debbie kind of thing?
I don't know if they're Little Debbie, but I mean they are those types of cakes. Let me see. Yeah, they are Little Debbie. Look, it's these. You buy them in a box.
I've seen them.
You've never had them?
No.
I'm not much of a snack cake person, but those are really good. Also the gingerbread men that you can buy.
Oh, I don't like gingerbread.
Whoa.
So what we would always do is like decorate a gingerbread house, and then we would eat all the candy, and then we would throw them away.
Okay, unpopular opinion. I hate all of the things that go into a gingerbread house. Like I would build them, but I would never eat it because I don't think they're good. Like I don't think the candy that you use is good.
House, but I loved the candy. So that's funny. The candy was like the best part of the whole thing.
Oh no, I'm not a fan because it's usually like spiced gumdrops and like what else? What else goes on a gingerbread?
We always have like Smarties, gumdrops, not Smarties. Smarties is wrong. The like round, they're like a Smartie kind of, but they're sweet tarts.
Sweet tarts are really good. Yeah. Wow, I forgot about sweet tarts.
Some like different gummy things, like gummy bears were always in there, and we could put like gummy bears on the outside of the house, and candy canes. I like candy canes.
I like flavored candy canes.
I really enjoy the fruity candy canes.
Yeah. I don't prefer peppermint candy canes over like any other kind, to be honest with you. I don't know why. I'm not a super fan of peppermint in general, like the scent or the flavor.
Yeah. I feel like it's my only option, and I'm not like opposed to it. Like, it's not like, okay, so when we talk about, like, our fall favorites, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love pumpkin, everything, it makes me happy. And then, like, winter, it's like, I drink peppermint because it makes me feel like it's winter.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? And it's like, it's good. But at no point during the rest of the year am I like, oh my gosh, I really want something peppermint.
Yeah, no, I've never said anything close to me wanting peppermint. Like those words have never come out of my mouth. The one thing though that I can think of that I do really like is peppermint bark.
Mm-hmm. I do like peppermint bark.
Yeah, that's like the one thing that I like that's definitely Christmassy. I would say that's just straight Christmas. It's not even winter. That's just like Christmas to me at least.
It really is. Fudge, like homemade fudge. Like, just, like, regular homemade fudge, I think is fantastic. For, like, Christmas time specifically. My grandma used to make it.
My mom makes fudge all the time, so I don't consider... That's interesting, because I wouldn't have considered that to be a winter thing. Or, holiday.
Fudge, like, traditionally is.
Does your family... Is your family one that does, like, Christmas cookies?
No.
Mine either. But I know, like, a lot of people do that. Like, and they spend, like, days, like, baking all of the cookies. Yeah. And then, like, more days decorating the cookies. Mm-hmm. I'm like, why would you do that? Now you have so many cookies.
Well, like, to me, something that... It's, like a puzzle. something that takes that long kind of loses its fun because I'm no longer invested.
It's too tedious.
Like, I can like hyper focus on this for a few hours and then like I'm done. Like,
yeah,
I want
like time to move on.
Thank you. I'm gonna half-ass this the rest of the time because I'm no longer having fun.
Yep, I agree.
So,
okay, so
that's how I feel about that.
So you don't have like a favorite Christmas winter time snack then, or
I would
food?
say fudge. Fudge, really? Yeah.
Okay. What about
It was always like a
food?
Christmas thing.
Or drink?
I mean, soup. Really, I like soups. I feel like that's a very like fall thing. I was just wanting soup today, which is funny. I'm not normally like a soup person, but I was like, oh my gosh, I could go for like any kind of soup.
There's
today.
something about soup that's just like very comforting. I think it's just because it's
really
warm.
is.
I think
soup in a sandwich.
Yeah, like a grilled cheese and tomato soup. Like that's what I automatically think of.
Yes.
Soup in a sandwich.
Yep. Or even like we would do like chicken noodle soup with like, this is a lot of chicken, but like a chicken, like a lunch meat chicken sandwich.
Okay,
And it's really good.
I can see it.
It's a lot of chicken, but
yeah, it's a lot of chicken. This isn't like a soup thing really, but we had gumbo yesterday. And that I definitely think of a winter thing because it's cold outside. You want gumbo. Like gumbo is definitely something that you eat whenever it's not hot. You know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
But I don't know if that I would say that that's my favorite winter type food. I don't know if I have a favorite winter type food. For some reason potato soup is coming to mind. That feels very wintry to me.
Love potato soup.
Potato soup
It's
is
so
like
filling.
Oh,
like it's a whole
my
meal.
God. It is a
There's
meal.
There's a lot of soups that like you need to have something like pair it with something, a salad or a sandwich or something in order to like make it be filling. But like potato soup, and it gets better the longer it sits in your fridge.
Yeah, it like
so,
soaks
the day
up all
you have
the
it,
flavors.
it's like okay, this is good. But like tomorrow when I have it for lunch,
It's gonna be better.
bomb.
Yeah.
And then the next day, like I'm hoping I can like stretch these leftovers out. The next day I have it, I'm gonna hear angels singing.
Right.
Like it's
You're gonna
be
literally
that
be
good.
in heaven. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Hallelujah chorus will be playing. Man, now that we're talking about soups, my mom makes a vegetable soup that's very like also I think of a winter type thing. But it's so good. Like, I don't know why it's so good. It's literally just a vegetable soup, but oh man, it's really, really yum.
I love soup.
Me
so
too.
good. And you can make soup out of anything, you know?
Yeah, there's so many options with soup.
There really are.
So many different
I
flavors.
like any soup that has rice in it. Like,
Yeah.
for some reason, that makes me so happy.
I wouldn't say I'm a rice soup kind of person, but I don't hate it. Like, I'll eat it. It's just not my, like, go-to. I'm not going to get excited about seeing rice in soup, you know? But maybe pasta. Pasta in soup makes me happy.
I like pasta and soup, too.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Do you have... Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say my favorite drink, though, for winter is probably eggnog.
I like eggnog. I like the right eggnog. I'm very picky about it, so I don't let myself get excited.
Did you know, I just found this out this week, that if you make homemade eggnog, that a lot of it calls for, like, whiskey or rum or some kind of alcohol to be put into it, and that the alcohol is what cooks the eggs.
Okay, I didn't know that last part.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Like, you can't put, if you're using whiskey, for instance, you can't put all of it in at one time because it'll literally burn the eggs. It'll, like, scorch the eggs.
What the heck?
Right?
No
I
idea.
I didn't know this until this week because I was talking to someone about it, and I was like, whoa, you just blew my mind. Didn't know that.
That's so interesting.
Right?
What the heck?
I know.
Wow.
What were you going to ask me earlier?
Oh, I don't remember. But my favorite non-coffee holiday drink is spiked hot chocolate.
Spiked
So
hot
Bailey's or Kahlua. I'm not all that picky.
Irish
I one time
cream.
put blueberry vodka in my hot chocolate, and it was so stinking good.
That sounds like it would
So
be
good.
awful, to be honest.
I expected it to be, but it wasn't.
Yeah, spiked hot chocolate is really yummy.
Mm-hmm.
I must say. I've had it a time or two.
I made it once.
Yeah,
and it
that's
was gone.
That's
Gone so fast. Remember that?
Yeah, we had a bunch of friends that came over to have some, and we ended up having to make more because it was.
Yeah.
We had a lot of friends come over.
We did. I wasn't expecting all of that, but it was fun. It was a good time.
It was a good
it's
time.
so good.
And it was very.
And you
yeah,
can
it
just
was really
have.
yummy.
It's something that you can just. I enjoy drinks with alcohol that I don't feel like I'm gonna get like crap faced with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
shots have their time and their place, even beer, and then like things like that. So like spiced, spiked cider, spiked hot chocolate. Like I feel like that's something that you can enjoy. You have one of, and like
You can move on with your day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just like a
So-
little treat, like a little extra something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Totally.
a glass of, like having a glass of wine. Like I equate it to that. Just like
Yeah.
one drink and you're good. Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
And
I
I
agree.
enjoy that. The older
Yes.
I've gotten, the more I enjoy like that as opposed to like, going crazy. So
Yeah. Wow. I think that's the sign of being old.
I really think so too. Gosh, what the heck?
Although, yeah. I think it's so funny that I'm always like, wow, I feel so old. And I'm like, we're still in our 20s. Like, who says
We're
that?
still in our 20s, but I'm only 3 years from 30, so
Yeah. I don't like that, the thought of being closer to 30 than 20.
I know.
I don't like it yet.
I feel like lately I've been thinking about like writing out my goals that I want to hit before 30. Because I have like a pretty solid like 3 years. So like what are they? And so I'm feeling like I don't know. I would really enjoy that. I like want to brainstorm. Like sit down like with somebody and like have coffee and like brainstorm like what are my goals? And then like not only that but like what do I need to do? Like what are the steps I need to take in order to make that like a possibility? You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see.
You should come up with like 30 things before 30 or something. Like they don't have to be big things, but like,
Yeah.
you know. I think that's a
would
catchy
be fun.
thing though. 30 before
It would
30.
be. We should do like a FaceTime and like talk about it.
We should. We could do a whole podcast on that.
We could. We could both come up with like our goals for 30. So what you got 4 years and I've got 3 years. So you're
Well,
40
I've got
before-
3.5 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because in 6 months I'll be
Yeah.
27. Blech.
We should do that. We should
Yeah.
should like come up with our list and then on a podcast go through it. Like what what most of them are. or
I
something that ends up being a lot,
like
but-
it. I
let's do it.
like it a lot.
So now we need to FaceTime another time
Yeah.
and do this. Okay, what is your favorite coffee? Do you have a favorite coffee?
I don't
for
have
Christmas?
one. No, I don't have one. And I think it's because I don't really like hot coffee. So,
Yeah.
like, I just always want the same iced coffee all the time. I mean, the only time I
Yeah.
drink hot coffee is if I make it myself at home, which I guess I have
Yeah.
been doing, but it's nothing special. It's literally just like I brew coffee, I put in creamer. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think I have a winter favorite, really.
Yeah, I just toss like peppermint in whatever I'm drinking, and it's like okay, whatever. It's winter now. You
I
know?
feel
It's
like-
a pumpkin.
I feel like because I don't like peppermint. I feel like if I were to like go to Starbucks and I would be feeling like a wintry type of drink, I would probably get vanilla, like vanilla bean.
Yeah, I feel like that's like a scent that people go for a lot. I don't know about flavor wise, but people do that a lot for winter. I think
Yeah.
like scent wise, so it makes sense.
Speaking of scents, though, I know you have to have a favorite winter scent. No?
I don't. I
What?
would say that I would just roll over a few of my fall scents. So like flannel, I would bring into like the more masculine ones. Like
Yeah.
all of mine are masculine, but I have some that are like not as masculine as others. So I would have brought over like flannel, which I think we talked about in our fall one.
Yeah.
I would have rolled that one over, and then the marshmallow fireside. I think I would have
Marshmallow
rolled over
fireside,
because to
yeah.
me that is also kind of wintry.
Anything that smells like a bonfire to me
Yeah.
is more winter than fall for some reason. Which is stupid, I guess, because I definitely attend more bonfires in the fall time than I would in the winter. But
Yeah.
for some reason, I associate like that smell. I think it's because I think of like sitting in front of like what do you call it? A fireplace.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I think that's why I equate it that way. But yeah, I don't know. Very weird how my brain connects
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
But no, for winter scents, I don't like the smell of pine. Like
You
not
don't.
not really. Like not you know how people have like pine scented candles or things like that, or like winter scented candles that usually smell piney. I find I'm not really into it, which is weird because I like earthy scents, and I definitely think that that's kind of an earthy scent.
Yeah.
But no, I would like more like apple scented things are kind of winterish to me.
Okay.
Or
I
like
think like apple pie is like a winter food to me.
yeah, same.
Kind of like fall winter.
Honestly, any kind of pie. Any pie I think could be winter.
All pie 24/7.
Pie 365. Yeah.
Always.
Speaking of pie, Popeyes has this like raspberry cheesecake pie.
Is it good?
Dude, it's really good.
That's I don't know. I think the last time I went to Popeyes was when I lived in North Carolina, like
Wow, that was a
6
long
years ago,
time
7 years ago, 6 years ago. How old am I right now? 6 years ago. Yeah, 6.
That's a sin. you need to go eat Popeyes.
I don't really eat out anymore, so
Yeah, but it is Popeyes.
Sorry.
I mean, come on. Now, come on. Like,
no thanks. I'll stick with Chick-fil-A.
that's
I like-
Lord's
I like my
chicken, so
Chick-fil-A.
yeah.
It is. It's the Lord's calories, honestly.
It's
So, you know, Popeye's not coming over here giving me spinach to replace mine. So,
Popeye-
I'm gonna give
no,
the
he's
Lord
giving
his
you chicken.
calories. So, well, but you know, Popeye, he owns Popeyes. Come on. Get
Oh,
right here.
is that how that works?
Yes. Speaking of Popeye, though, do you have a favorite like movie for fall or anything like that?
For fall?
No, for winter. I keep wishing.
Megan
hopeful.
Megan just wants it to be fall always,
really
all
do.
the time. A favorite winter movie, you said?
Yeah, I like Christmas. I feel like Christmas is like the time for movies. I don't know.
Christmas is the time for movies, and let me tell you what immediately pops to my mind, and you're gonna think I'm weird for.
Usually,
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter to me is like such a fall one.
Okay, so yes, but I think because didn't Disney Channel used to do like the 12 Days of Christmas, and they would always play Harry Potter.
They would.
So I think that's why.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's why I think that. But Harry Potter is definitely Christmassy to me. What else? I definitely think I have like a kid movie probably. Maybe not. Elf, of course.
Yeah.
Home
I was
Alone.
quoting that the other day. I hate Home Alone. Absolutely hate that movie so much.
I
All of
rewatched
them.
it. When did I rewatch it? Actually, not that long ago. Like probably within the last few months, I watched it. Just the first one though. And I enjoyed it. I think it's kind of funny.
Really?
Yeah, like
I
funny and
never
like
have enjoyed it.
wow, this is like ha ha ha. You know, not like gut laughing, not like a real
Yeah.
laugh. Funny.
Do you like A Christmas Story? Do you ever watch that one?
I've never seen A Christmas Story.
Oh my gosh. That's how I
So-
was introduced to the F word.
No way.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought A Christmas Story was supposed to be like a family type of movie.
Well, because they put a different word in place.
Ah.
So
okay.
So
So
it's a kind of inappropriate movie though. The dad's
Wait.
like obsessed with like a lamp that's made to look like a leg, and
do you like Christmas movies?
no,
Okay.
not particularly.
My family never watched Christmas movies, honestly, and we never really listened to Christmas music either. Not really, at least. because I don't know, they just aren't into it. But there was one year, a few years ago, when we were in Alaska, that I really got into watching Christmas movies. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't remember that at all.
I don't think you lived with me. I think you had moved out maybe by that point.
That would make sense.
But this one year I went through like I must watch all of the Christmas movies, and I got through a few, but I didn't make it to A Christmas Story.
Dang. You should watch it. It's kind of one of those that like I feel like you should watch. You know?
Yeah.
It's got its funny parts. It's got its stupid parts, but whatever. So,
I watched like Christmas with the Cranks and like
oh my gosh.
National Lampoon Christmas Vacation and
I haven't seen those in years.
Right.
But I watched those as a kid. You would watch Elf year round though.
I watch Elf anytime I feel like watching Elf.
Uh-huh.
I love Elf. I love Elf a lot.
To an extent. I think I love Elf the most because he's the most opposite of me that you could possibly be. And so it's kind of like if I was my opposite person, that is who I would be, you know?
You would be.
But like.
Yeah. You'd be Buddy the Elf.
I would. So, yeah. I think my winter one is the same as my fall one, and it's Nightmare Before Christmas. Because it fits both categories so perfect.
But it's not even Christmas, though.
I don't care.
There's nothing Christmassy about
Christmas is in the title. It's all that's necessary.
Oh,
Goodbye.
okay. Good. Period.
No need to have a conversation about it. I'm right. It's fine.
Oh, my goodness. Ridiculous.
Oh.
I'm looking at our little list, and I'm realizing that TV shows, I don't have one for winter, but my fall TV show, I don't think I said, because I don't think I thought about it. Okay, so I'm going to put it, this is for free, you're welcome. It's all of the Friends Thanksgiving episodes.
Yes. I still have all of them from every time that you used to watch them. I have just those. Yeah, because, every year I would do the Friends Thanksgiving marathon for the students. I would host like a Friends weekend or day or whatever. Yeah. We'd watch fun. all 10 episodes, Thanksgiving episodes. Yep. I was just watching Friends the other day and I thought about you. I was like, oh. It's actually been a while since I've watched Friends. Dang, really? Yeah, because they took it off of Netflix, and I own all of them on DVD, but it's so much more convenient whenever it's just on Netflix. Yeah. So you can watch it on any device that you want to. Yeah. Anytime, anywhere. Yeah. So I just have HBO, so that's how I was watching it. Oh, that makes sense. I have that through my cell phone provider. Thank you, AT&T. Oh. I don't think I really have a TV show. Yeah. No, I feel like that's hard because most of them have already started. You know what I mean? So, yeah. In my thought behind, putting them in for fall was, which is your favorite one? Because they all, start, most of them start in fall. Yeah, it's like a seasonal start kind of thing. I mean, it's already started. So, it's still Grey's Anatomy, yeah. Yeah. It's the only show that I've watched, semi-start to beginning. It started before I started really watching TV, but I have been a loyal member ever since, so. Wait, back up, though. Did you say a favorite movie? Winter movie? Oh, yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas. Never mind. Yeah, yeah. I forgot. Sorry, already. I was confused. I thought you meant TV show, and I was like, that's what we're talking about. No. That's my bad. What about book? I don't. Or genre, even, a genre of book? I mean, I think that it just is amplified by, what I want to read during that season of my life. I feel like every year I'm thinking, I'm sorry. I was like, I feel like every year I switch a different genre. Yeah. And so, this year has been, suspense / thriller. But I also can enjoy, a really good, crime. You know? Book, not the act. In the winter, I just really like to go on crime sprees.
just really the perfect time. That's funny.
You know, winter just gets me feeling all crimey.
Criminally.
If I go to jail, at least I'm warm. The heck?
Oh my god.
No, I think that like fall and winter are like the times that I want to read more than I do like spring and summer, just because like it's perfect to get cozy, and I love to like I'm such like an aesthetic like atmosphere person. So like if I'm at a place where I feel like I should be doing a thing, that's what I want to be doing. So like
your environment directly affects what you are gonna do, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. So like if I'm going apple picking, I better have a hot cider in my hand. You know, I'm going to go out of my way to make that happen, because that's going to improve the experience. So if it's raining outside, my favorite thing to do is to like put on socks, wear my like favorite leggings, put on a sweater, and then like wrap up in a blanket and read a book, you know, with like something hot, tea, coffee, cider. I'm not picky.
I haven't been reading lately for some reason, but
I haven't had time. I wish I was reading, but
well, I read like probably 3/4 of Map of Days, which is the 4th Miss Peregrine's book. Whenever the hurricane passed, our power went out for a while. I think I said that on the last podcast, but because we didn't have power for a little while, and I was running a generator and stuff, I read, and I went through those, but I didn't read the whole thing, but almost. I went through it quick. Like in a day, I read 3/4 of that book. Not even a day. It was like half a day.
I always love those days. And like we would have those moments of like, we're just going to devour whatever we're reading right now. So, I'm sorry. Side freaking tangent. I just read The Silent Patient.
What is that?
If you have not read it, you need to.
I've never even heard of it.
Like, it's like a thriller mystery kind of book, but it's not scary. It's about this woman who killed her husband, and she goes into a mental institution, and she will not talk. So the reason they don't put her in jail is because she refuses, like, she does not utter a word after she kills him. And so this guy goes in, and he's like, I want to figure out, like, why. Like, what happened? You know what I mean? Like, why is she refusing to talk? And then why did she kill him? Like,
yeah.
You know? And so you're just following their journey, and it shows it from a couple different people's perspectives, from hers and from his a few different times. And you're reading, like, there's some like journal entries and stuff from her, but it's mostly from the therapist's side. And it was like one of those books that, like, at the end, like, one, I usually see the endings coming, and so then it's kind of like it's always less exciting when you like guess it. It's kind of like, oh yeah, I guessed it, that's cool, but at the same time you're like, oh man, like, I read this hoping I wouldn't get it right, you know?
Right.
And then I had several theories, and not a single one of them was right, and I was so excited. I was like I had to go into the bathroom. Danny was getting ready for work, and I was like, I have to tell you what just happened. Like, oh my gosh, you are not gonna believe what just happened. And she always like hypes me up, and she's like even if I've never talked about the book, she's like, oh my gosh, are you serious? That person did that, you know? Like, this is why I'm married to you. You have no idea what you're talking about, but I love it. Thank you.
Wait, so who's the author?
Alex something. It starts with an M. I can't get to it right now. Kind of
you're
like
gonna
boxed in.
You're gonna have to send me the. Yeah, you're gonna send me a
Um,
picture of that so I can.
Yeah.
Add it.
I can bring it to you in December if you want it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can do that.
Megan's
It
coming
was
to visit
so
me in
good.
December, everyone.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to visit her in December.
I'm very excited.
We're going to try and record a bunch, get a good intro. I think we talked about that in the beginning a little bit, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely fantastic. So if you're, I'm sorry, this turned into a book review. If you're looking for a book that is going to hook you and you're going to wonder what the heck the entire time, check out The Silent Patient. So, fantastic. I want more of those books in my life.
I need to read that book now. You've sold it to me. You've sold it.
I need you to read it. I need your opinions as well. So thank you.
Okay.
So I feel like we disagree on books a lot. I feel like we have like the same taste but like different taste. If that makes any sense.
Can you elaborate?
I feel like we would read the same book and then we would have very different opinions.
Different opinions.
There was a few that we had that we agreed on. Like, we both really liked Red Queen.
Yeah, that
like,
series
that
is
series.
good. Do you remember the summer where I think you came down here? Yeah, you did, because we
And
went
I
to the
bought a ton of
bookstore.
books.
Yeah, and it was a bunch of, like, we went on a Sarah Dessen, like, reading spree, basically, and, like, read all of
I
her
think we
books.
read all of her books.
We did, yeah.
Between the two of us, yeah.
Yeah. She has a lot,
That was
too.
fun.
Like, she's got a lot of books.
I haven't read anything by her since that summer.
I tried to, and I just couldn't get into one. Like, because she had one that came out after that happened.
Yeah.
And I tried to read it, and I was like, I'm just not in the mood for this. Like, it's very light and fluffy and, like, easy, like, summer type of reads.
Exactly. It's a very, like, summer, take to the beach, read, kind of pick up on your weekends, but you don't really necessarily care about how
like,
it ends.
Yeah, you don't have to, like, pay a ton of attention to it while you're reading it, to be honest. Like, it's not one of those. It's very mindless reading.
Very, very. Which is nice sometimes. I feel like that's the kind of book I should be reading right now. But I don't have time to be, like, pulled into a book and, like, sucked into it and, like, lose hours of my day to a book right now.
Right.
But that's all I want to read. Like,
I feel like I'm in a, like, I want a fantasy. Like, I want to dive into a new world right now. I think it's because, like, my life is just kind of boring at the moment. I'm just, like, literally going to work and school. So I'm like, I need some excitement. Give me a book. I think I might
be in, like, sorry, go ahead.
I think I might reread Elantris, actually. I read that.
I don't think I ever read that.
Oh, it's by Brandon Sanderson, and I read it probably, I think, my first year in Galena. A student actually recommended it to me and our boss. Like, we were all talking about books. They're like, okay, I'll read that, and it was, like, my favorite book for the longest time. But I haven't read it since.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it.
Yeah.
I think I own it on Kindle, but it was, like, too big of a book. And when you own it on Kindle, like, books like that feel like they're never going to end unless you can see progress.
Yeah, it's a decent sized book.
Yeah.
I'm looking
I've
over
read
here.
others
I
of
think
his.
it's on my shelf. Yeah, he's a good author.
Yeah. But I don't think I ever read that one. So.
Yeah, you should. It's a good one.
I have to be in such a specific mood to read a fantasy. I've gone through, like, when I do, I read the whole series and, like, devour it. But then I have to, like, have a little bit before I can learn a new world. Because it's like I have to process everything that happened in that one before I can move on.
It's because you have to pay attention so much, too. Like, you have to learn, like, if it has magic, you have to learn the magic system. You have to learn, like, the terminology and figure out how everything fits or whatever. So it's definitely a lot. And then it's usually a series, because I don't know of any fantasy book that's a standalone. Besides Elantris.
Yeah, that's true.
Now that I'm thinking of it,
Yeah.
Elantris is, as far as I know, it's a standalone. But yeah. Anyway, that's a whole tangent. We were talking about winter favorites, and now we're talking about books. And that's what you guys signed up for.
I need to wrap up. So
yeah. Same.
I have to go pick up my wife from work. So.
I gotta go pick up groceries. Anyways, all right. Well. Thanks for listening, guys. Sorry we went on a tangent. Actually, I'm not sorry we went on a tangent. That's just...
It was fun, though.
Who we are as people.
Yeah. Yeah, good times.
Yeah. So we will talk to you guys next week. And until then, stay safe. And we'll talk to you next week.
I want to say and hydrate. I don't know why. So
and
stay hydrated.
Do stay hydrated. That's good. Honestly, that's good advice always.
It is.
I need to stay hydrated.
I need to work on it. But
yeah, same. All right, bye, guys.
All right. Bye, guys.